The NFL is really leaving these teams behind right now. And Micah Parsons has asked for a trade request. Now, the Cowboys are known for like dragging out these like contract negotiations, and they push these things way longer than they need to be. But they've never gotten to the point where a player has requested a trade, and not like this. I'm going to read what he posted. I'm going to also go over a couple tweets as well, just to kind of show you what the general sentiment is. But this is just like kind of sad. And then I'm going to get into the other two teams I want to talk about as well. But it all fits in the same narrative of like these teams are backwards and old school in the way they do stuff when it comes to signing contracts and getting these players signed up. So this is his formal trade request being, or like basically this is what he's saying to the people who know him and the fans of the Cowboys fans. Yes, I wanted to be here. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a Cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I wanted to play in front of the best fans of sports and make this America's team once again. The team my pops and I grew up cheering for way up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to closed-door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying it on the line for the organization, our fans, and my teammates. I no longer want narratives created and spread to the media about me. I had purposely stayed quiet in hopes of getting something done. But since there is confusion out there, let me clear some things up. I had my agent reach out to the Cowboys last offseason after my third year in hopes of getting a deal done early. Unfortunately, the team did not want to start any negotiations at that point. I was okay with that, didn't complain, and focused on the 2024 season. After the season, I told my agent once again, let the team know we were open to negotiate when they met at the Combine. My agent informed me, which the Combine is also a place that a lot of agents meet with the team officials, that a lot of deals get done there. So that makes sense that that's where he would want it. My agent informed me I should wait for other deals to get done because the price would only go up, but I didn't care and wanted to secure myself as a Cowboy long term. So he knew that there were going to be more people getting their contracts. Myles Garrett, TJ Watt got paid again. And his agent wanted him to wait, but he still wanted to go in and negotiate further. This was before any of the other pass rushers deals got done this offseason. I knew I would be leaving money on the table, but again, I was okay with that. Again, radio silence as far as my extension, which this is consistent with what he's been saying, is that he is okay with taking less money. He's been saying that for like 2 years now at this point. He was okay to taking less money, and they still didn't sign him. In March, I met with Mr. Jones to talk about leadership. Somehow the conversation turned into him talking contract with me. Yes, I engaged in the back and forth in regards to what I wanted from my contract, but at no point did I believe this was supposed to be a formal negotiation. And I informed Mr. Jones afterwards my agent would reach out thinking this would get things done. But when my agent reached out and spoke to Adam, which I'm not entirely sure who Adam is, I'm pretty sure that's probably another executive, probably somebody who reports directly to Jerry Jones. He was told the deal was pretty much already done. My agent, of course, told him that wasn't the case and also reached out to Stephen Jones. Again, the team decided to go silent. At that point, we decided we would allow the team to reach out to us whenever they decided they wanted to talk. Yet still not a call, email, or text to my agent about starting a negotiation. Up till today, the team has not had a single conversation with my agent about a contract. Not one demand has been made by my agent about money, years, or anything else. Still, I stay quiet, but again, after repeated shots at myself and all the narratives, I have made a tough decision that I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. This is crazy. This is just insane. This is crazy, right? Because it's like, this is a player literally like this. First, I understand that the Cowboys, like, things like this happen all the time with players, right? Where players, like, in the middle of negotiation, they request a trade so they can get out of there. And it's really to just put pressure on the team publicly to re-sign them. And I get that that's partially what could be happening here. And of course, Micah is probably going to end up back on the Cowboys more than likely. He's still got 1 more year in his contract. They still got a franchise tag they can use on him. Like, he's probably going to be on the Cowboys this year, maybe even next year. But it shouldn't have to get here. Like, it really shouldn't have to get here. This is him yelling. And what's even sadder is, like, usually players do this, but this just feels like personal. This feels like Micah being like, I am personally offended and my heart is broken a little bit. Like, I mean, the fact that he talks about that he grew up in Harrisburg, PA, which is, I think it's close. It's like in between Philly and Steelers. So probably a lot of people pick whatever team they like. Him and his dad are huge Cowboys fans. He got drafted to the team that he loved since he was a kid. And they treated him like this? Like, this feels, the fact that he's saying it feels personal. Like, it feels like this is like, nah, I really don't want to be here. And it's like, even if they do re-sign him, right? Let's say they do give him an extension. Let's say they don't give him an extension and he just plays out the rest of his year and then he gets franchise tag and then eventually leaves like Saquon did a few years ago, right? In the Giants. Let's say I even sign it. Let's just keep it on extension. If I sign an extension and then years from now there's another guy you want to sign. Let's say Siobhan Ravel turns into a big player. They want to sign him. Let's say they draft a wide receiver. Let's say they get a new running back that they want to resign. Whoever, right? And they come to me to ask me to like restructure my contract or take a pay cut or whatever. Why the fuck would I do that? Like, why the hell would, like, if I'm Micah Parsons, why the hell would I do that? You've already shown me that you don't use the money well anyway. 1. And 2, you played me like this for years when I was trying to get this deal done 2 years ago and trying to give y'all a deal. I'm trying to do this before Myles Garrett and TJ Watt and all these other big guys are getting paid. Dexter Lawrence recently got paid too. I mean, Jalen Carter's contract is coming up too, and that's going to be crazy. Right? So if they don't re-sign him this year, next year they're going to be, come on, you know how he ain't playing about Jalen Carter's contract. So it's just like, he's trying to give them a deal. But then they want to play all these games. They want to talk about, well, he could get hurt. He could all this. It's just like, it's disrespectful. It's not even just like, this is worse than what they did, in my personal opinion, with the CD and Dak situation, because it was just like, this is just disrespectful to him. Like, completely. This is not even like meant to help. How does this help the team? How does this help Micah? Even if this puts new headlines in the news, like, how does this help your team in any capacity? If I'm a player, it was a free agent, I don't want to play over there. But like, the Cowboys are getting to the point where people don't want to play there anymore. Like, that's where they're at as a team. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just, Micah's just like, this seems personal, and I feel bad for him. I feel like he's got to deal with these crazy people who are dogging him out in the media, talking about a deal has to, if a deal is going to get done when they want a deal to get done. It's like, they've been asking you to make the deal for 2 years. He was going to take less money. It's just really sad. It's really sad. And if you're a Cowboys fan, I like, as an Eagles fan, I mean, as an Eagles fan, I'm laughing at it, having a great time. But just as a fan of football and also just as a human being, this is gross. Like, this is just gross stuff. And I feel bad for you, Micah. I feel bad for you, Dallas Cowboys fans. This is terrible for y'all. This is just, and even if he gets re-signed and y'all keep him, it's still terrible because it's just a cultural thing now. Now it's just like the team as a culture. The culture of the team is nasty. It's nasty. If I'm a free agent, why do I want to sign there? If I'm Micah Parsons, I'm never taking a pay cut from y'all, ever. You come to me, you better not ask me for no restructure. If you eventually extend me, you better not come to me asking me for no extension, for no pay cut, for no pay decrease, no nothing like that. Because I'm not doing it for y'all. Like, forget it. I'm gonna get my money and I'm gonna play, and that's what I'm gonna do. Because it's just, It's just sad, bro. It's just sad. And it doesn't have to be like this. It really doesn't. I mean, you had Stephen Jones the other day. Look, like he's saying it doesn't change anything. We want to pay Micah too. He's got to want to be paid. He's been wanting to get paid for 2 years. Like, you got Wanye Thomas. I forget if he's a safety or DB. I know he's a DB. You got Wanye Thomas changing his profile pic to Micah, right? And some of the fans in here, oh, that means he got paid. That means he got paid. Nah, this is a rebellion. This is open rebellion, bro. Like, this is Wanye basically saying, I stand with Micah. Like, you got your own players, like, kind of rebelling against you. I mean, CeeDee Lamb tweets this out right after the trade request comes out. Never fails, dog. Just pay the man what you owe him. No need for the extracurricular. Like, this is sad, bro. Like, this is like, they're stuck in the past. Like, the NFL's leaving these guys behind. You got Howie Jones paying guys 2-3 years in advance. You got the Rams doing stuff like that, finding ways to make better contracts for guys. Like, people are leaving them behind. This style of negotiating, this lack of wanting to pay your players, this like not knowing how the salary cap works or trying to manipulate it to this degree that doesn't actually help the players or the team, right? Like, Howie manipulates the salary cap a lot, but he does it in an effort to help the players and help the team stay good culture-wise. It ultimately might end up making them pay more down the line, but if you end up, we already got 1 Super Bowl, if you end up with 2 more Super Bowls out of it, who cares? And even if you don't end up with 2 more Super Bowls, you got a Super Bowl out of it. Who cares if you got to pay big in 4 years? You pay big for that year or 2 years after that, then you go back and do it again with other great players. Like, it's just, if you're that rich, you can do it. Like Joe Lacob, like you see NBA owners doing this, NBA governors is what they call them now. Like Joe Lacob, paying the luxury tax, doing what they need to do to win games. Doesn't always work out, but that's what happens. You end up being a dynasty like that. Like the Cowboys, and if you notice too, what's hilarious to me, I'm gonna look this up right now. Hold up. When did the salary cap start in the NFL? The NFL salary cap started in 1994. The Cowboys won their last Super Bowl. The Cowboys won their last Super Bowl. What was the last Super Bowl they won? They won their last Super Bowl in 1995. It's just sad. I mean, it's just sad. Like this tweet by Jordan Schultz says it too. Like the fact that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys believe they can negotiate a 9-figure extension with Micah Parsons without involving his agent says everything about the current state of the franchise. The entire situation is laughable from the Dallas side. It could have been and should have been avoided. But instead, the Cowboys operated with pure arrogance, foolishness, and stubbornness. 100%. They did the same thing with CeeDee Lamb, and they did the same thing with Dak, and now they're paying more to those guys, and now this is getting to a level where a player doesn't even want to play there anymore. And yes, you can really eventually sign him back, but now you're going to be paying him way more than you would have paid him, because he's not taking less than what the market is, especially now. And then on top of all of that, you're creating a negative environment for your players. Like, it's like, if I'm a young guy, like, why do I care what y'all are, like, I want to get paid too. So if I ball out, y'all gonna bullshit me? Y'all gonna, me around, do all this weird stuff? Like, it's not necessary. It's not necessary, especially not in 2025, bro. We're past this. This is the type of stuff that, like, this is old school 90s owner says something in the media and turns the fans against the players type bullshit. And that stuff don't work no more because the players can directly talk to the fans and tell you what's going on. They got Twitter. They can literally talk to the fans. The fans are not going to believe whatever nonsense you're saying when the player's literally saying, this is what happened. Players didn't have the opportunity to do that as much back then because they would have to find somebody who wanted to interview them and wasn't already in the pockets of the owners themselves. They didn't have a lot of outlets. Now these players got Twitter. They can go straight to Twitter and deliver and write it in. He wrote that in the notes app. Like, it's just, this is sad. And this is why the Cowboys don't win. And I used to laugh at it, But now it's getting to the point where I'm genuinely like I'm sad for y'all. I'm sad for Cowboys fans. My dad's a Cowboys fan, so I be talking to him about this all the time. So it's like, I'm sad for y'all having to deal with this. I'm sad for the players having to deal with this more than anything, because this is just nasty from a business perspective too. Is very treating my players like, on some slavery. To be honest with you, it's a little weird. It's weird as hell. And it's just negative. It's really just not worth doing before the season starts. My light just died. And look at this. Another tweet from Jordan Schultz. He says, text from an NFC East executive and laughing my ass off. I love this. Now, you tell me who is the NFC executive that's saying this. You tell me, right? Like, be honest. Like, because Washington already got that situation with Terry McLaurin, and that's a problem as well. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Who else is that? The Giants. The Giants ain't got no room to talk. They need to just be figuring out what they going on, and they had that whole Saquon situation last year, right? Who do you think is doing this? Who do you think is saying this? We know who it is. It's either Howie or it's somebody in the Eagles group, man. Just laughing at them openly. And the NFL media looks at the Cowboys like they're a joke. And they laugh with other executives about them. They laugh with the fans about them. You got Eagles fans laughing their asses off right now. It is just sad, right? So and then I'm going to take this to and this just, it seems like a problem to me with just other franchises. And it's like, I don't want to hear, the Eagles are run well. It's like, look, no, they have an owner who wants to win. It's really that simple. They have an owner who wants to win. Like, let's take it, for instance, to the Terry McLaurin situation. Terry McLaurin has been one of the more underrated wide receivers of the last couple years. And he's asking to get paid serious money. Probably he wants, what we're hearing from Stephen A. Stephen A. said is, he has good sources, but he also obviously is a, clown and likes to play up stuff for the media. But he was saying that Terry wants 30 and the Commanders want 27, right? And they want to give him 27. So they're looking for more of like a Courtland Sutton type deal and all that. But Terry McLaurin is not Courtland Sutton. I'm going to be honest with you. Terry McLaurin is better than Courtland Sutton. He's a better overall wide receiver. Courtland Sutton's like a really good number 2. Terry McLaurin's like a really good number 1, right? An average to great number 1. There's no reason why you should even be this guy around either. You shouldn't even be trying to give him less. This shouldn't even get to a point where he's requesting a trade. You should have paid him when you was using all that money on these old ass free agents to try to maximize Jaden Daniels' rookie contract. I understand you're trying to maximize Jaden Daniels' rookie contract. I get that. But the whole point of maximizing a rookie contract is also to pay the guys that need to get paid, because their rookie doesn't need to get paid yet. It's not eligible to be paid yet. So why not just pay McLaurin in the spring? So you don't even come into the season with this type of energy. Now you're coming into the season with Terry McLaurin being like, why y'all fucking with me like this? Why you messing with me like this? Why am I having to deal with this? It's just unnecessary dumb stuff that teams are putting themselves through for no reason. And this is, I put this firmly on, and I know that they got new ownership, and their new ownership is definitely better than what Dan Snyder is. But that's like saying, Chick-fil-A is better than McDonald's. It's still fast food. You know what I mean? Like, it's still a rich billionaire owner who likes to skimp money all the time. And right now, their owner is Josh Harris, who also owns the 76ers, who is also known for not paying guys on time or not paying the right guys, right? I mean, perfect example. The 76ers paid Toby Harris instead of paying Jimmy Butler. Look at what Jimmy Butler did in Miami. Look what Toby Harris has not done at all on the Sixers. It's just a perfect example of not knowing who to pay and what to do. And Adam Peters comes from the 49ers front office, right? He's their GM. And he's doing, similar stuff to what the Niners do, where they just kind of wait. They wait for guys. They wait for guys to get frustrated to start to want to pay them. And it's like, just pay him now. Pay him now and get it out the way. You don't need all that issue with Brandon Ayuk. Now, and Brandon Ayuk held out, he held out for a second and he held in, right? Then he comes out there after what? I think he got hurt like week 4, week 3, I forget. But it was early in the season. He gets hurt, and now everybody's like, oh, you got paid, now he's hurt. No, he got hurt because he wasn't practicing. If they would have paid him in the spring, if they would have paid his ass in the spring, they wouldn't be dealing with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a huge issue, and it's just unnecessary nonsense that these teams are putting themselves through because their owners want to be cheap. They just want to be cheap and disrespect their players. And Bengals is another example. Look what they did. Like, all that bullshit they went through just because of the wording in the contract. And yes, I know maybe Shamar's team was taking it too far and getting too mad and just wanted to win an argument. But at this point, like, screw them. You know what I'm saying? Like, screw the owner with that, man, because that's not fair. All of a sudden, you're trying to change the wording around my stuff, put dummy years in here, and discredit my guaranteed money if I get injured. What? That's insane, right? So it's just like, why are you putting me through this just to prove a point, right? Just to do all of this extra stuff. Why are you doing this with Trey Hendrickson, who's been one of the more consistent and most productive defensive ends in football, right? Why are you doing this with him? It just doesn't make any sense. It's not necessary. And now he's holding in, which he's doing it for the players, and that's good for him. But like, now, every other team is gonna use that and be like, why can't you be for the team? Why can't you do that to like a Micah Parsons or to a Terry McLaurin? It's like, no, get your money, bro. I'm all for all these players getting their money. Get your money. Because these teams don't care about you. They do not care about any of these players. They do not care about winning. If you care about winning, they don't care about winning sometimes, most of the time, usually. Very few teams that really genuinely are really trying to win and will do whatever to win. The Eagles are one of them right now, but who knows? Maybe because the Eagles have been pushing this idea of getting a dome for in Philly. What if that becomes a thing and they want to start paying for the dome and they want to start not paying players and it becomes a thing? I'm also a Red Sox fan, and that's what's been happening with the Red Sox, right? It's like they're trading away all their players, and they've been doing this since Mookie Betts, and now they're relying on these young guys, which granted they did well building that farm, but it took forever to do that. And it's all because the owner has another team that he's spending most of his money on. It's just, this is what happens in sports. So it's like, players, get your money, and fans, we need to start demanding more. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your team is doing stuff like this and they're not even trying to win, stop going to the games. Stop buying products. Stop watching them on TV. Just drop it. You know what I'm saying? And not on a moralistic thing, but just show them we want our players to be paid. We want them to be taken care of first and foremost. Stop taking the side of the rich billionaire in these situations, because it's just stupid. Like, these rich billionaires don't care about these players. They don't care about you. They just care about you buying stuff. So just don't, like, you should always side with the players. Always. You should always side with the players when it comes to this type of stuff. When it comes to money situations, when it comes to contracts. But we as fans need to demand more from our teams. We need to demand more. We can't keep letting them get away with stuff like this. I mean, it's Micah Parsons. It's Micah Parsons. Like Micah Parsons. It's crazy that Micah Parsons has to go through this. Let's look at the stats, bro. Let's look at the stats. He has had over 12 sacks 12 sacks or more every season since he's been in the league. Bro. Like, I don't want to hear about, does he do it in the playoffs? It doesn't matter. He's done it. He's done it enough to get paid. You don't pay him just for the playoffs. You pay him for everything. It's just, Like he's doing crazy stuff that we haven't seen since a LT, that we haven't seen since a Reggie White. Like this is crazy stuff, and he's got to struggle to get paid. Meanwhile, you know Jalen Carter about to get paid the minute the offseason start next year. Like Jalen Carter about to get paid the minute the offseason starts, and everybody in his draft class who's become a good player, has gotten paid. It's just sad. It's just sad, bro. It's sad. It's not that he deserves to get paid more than anybody else. He deserves to get paid because he's put in the work. Like CD said. You know what I mean? Pay the man what you owe him. It doesn't need to be all this extracurricular. Don't need to be that. Anyway, this is how I feel about the situation. Teams need to just be better. Fans need to demand more. And players need to do more like this. Make it personal. Start making it personal because it is personal. Like when you messing with my money, it's not necessary. It's just so unnecessary when I've already showed y'all I'm worth this and I did this. So like we just need to demand more. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all more about. I got other videos coming out soon. My prediction video is coming at the end of the month, where I'm just gonna go through the full predictions of the year, who I think is gonna win MVP, who I think is gonna win the Super Bowl. You know, cool stuff like that. But yeah, man, this is crazy. I'm glad I got to talk about it. Let's talk about it.